Yo, what's good? What's good, party people? What's good, everybody? We back. It's good to see y'all. Sin Miz, what's good? I see you, bro. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So we had a long night last night, man. We settled the score. With a lot of things last night, man. We had the Orange Tears Debate League go off last night. That was dope. That was dope. I advise y'all to go back and rewatch if you can. Watch the Barnes Tears Debate League. What I'm going to try to do is cut that up and post it as a separate video at some point. But editing is tedious. So it's only a few of us here at the Barnes Tears Network. But I'm excited to see y'all. I'm excited about this feeling that I'm having. The Knicks are 13-15, and I'm excited about that. No lie, I'm excited. I'm excited right now. So we have the Atlanta Hawks on Monday. And then we have, well, the New York Knicks have the Atlanta Hawks on Monday. And then we have, let me go back here. Let me check out some stuff. Let me make sure I'm accurate. Don't want to give out false info. Yeah, man, this channel is growing. Wow, this channel is growing fast. This channel is growing fast. I just wanted to jump on and do a few things, right? All right, let me pull up Twitter also. So I'm going to pull up the Twitter account for us, right? And so we have about 15 minutes left on the Knicks Morning Drive Twitter poll. The Twitter question from yesterday is, what is the immediate future of the New York Knicks? The options were no playoffs, tank, deep playoff run. And I think you're going to be surprised with the results. I think you're going to be surprised with the results, everybody. Hey, salute Sin Miz. Salute Darrell Thomas. What's happening? What's happening? I know it's early on a Sunday morning, but we here. We try to be here as much as we can for Knicks fans. The Lawrence Tears Network we try to be here as much as we can for the Knicks fans, man. It's a two-way street now. We do it because we enjoy it, but we also do it to provide an avenue for Knicks fans to come and enjoy themselves and have their voices be heard. Right? We're not getting it twisted. And we know it's a two-way street because we love the Knicks and we love y'all. Right? And so we try to provide this service for everybody, including ourselves, because we like to do it. Right? So right now, the Knicks Twitter poll is from yesterday. I'm sorry. What is the immediate future of the New York Knicks? The options of playoffs. I'm sorry, no playoffs, tank, deep playoff run. I think you're going to be surprised in the order in which these votes come in. Right? And if you haven't already, go follow your man, Uncle Freezy on Twitter. It's at Big Freezy. Follow me on Twitter so you can stay updated with the thoughts and the movements of Lawrence Tears. Right? So we beat the Houston Rockets yesterday. Or last night. We beat the Houston Rockets last night. The one thing I noticed is our Knicks don't get the benefit of a positive whistle. If there's positive things coming for the referees, you can best believe it. Best believe it's positive on the other side. It's not positive for the Knicks. Right? Why is that? Why is that? And it's not perception. It's not perception. It's not this thing where I feel like we're little brother and big brother's taking advantage of us. This is clear blown calls against us. The Reggie Bullock technical that resulted in a missed call on Russell Westbrook on Friday night is a clear indicator we don't get respect. It's water, y'all. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking Blorn's tears. Basically, I'm drinking Blorn's tears. We don't get respect. Why is that? Can somebody explain that to me? Why the Knicks don't get respect? RJ Barrett goes to the hole, gets mugged. Nobody says a thing. The referees swallow their whistle. The Indiana Pacers game. Y'all remember the Pacers game with that referee, the female referee that looked like Lisa Stansfield? Had a axe to grind against RJ Barrett. Every time RJ Barrett got near Victor Oladipo, she blew a whistle. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. But where's the respect come from? Do we have to play harder? Do we have to prove ourselves? If not, I thought refereeing was supposed to be straight down the middle. I'm Felipe 210. What's good? What's good? What time is it in Texas? Is it 7:52 in Texas? Hero was good. Cynic was good. So Hero says the NBA wants Dolan to sell. If the league is doing that, man, if the league is doing that, I would drag them to court. Right? You're not going to referee me fair because you want me to sell. Yeah, I would definitely look at dragging them. I would become Al Davis, like how Mark Cuban is doing with the Mavericks, because you want your competition to be fair. Cynic says we're all drinking that Lawrence Tears Kool-Aid. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. You know what I mean? So we beat the Rockets last night, right? We beat the Rockets last night, and it was kind of impressive, but kind of there was a moment of nail biting last night in that third quarter when they came back and cut into the lead. Warren Franklin was good. He says, Uncle Freezy, Washington game, they show Westbrook dancing, but they didn't show the Knicks highlights and have the Knicks been on TNT yet. Yep. I'm with you. I am with you. Yeah, they show Russell Westbrook dancing for like 5 minutes. In the 10-minute game delay? I mean, that's ridiculous. Man, come on. Come on, everybody. Come on. D-Block is in the building. Shade Legacy was good. Sherwin M was good. Hey, man, those Celtics had been looking shaky for a second. So what's the Boston Celtics record? Let me check that out. Let me check it. Let me check to see what the Celtics record is. The Celtics are 13-12. Okay. The Toronto Raptors are in the playoff picture. Imagine that. They started the season off terribly. But things are what they are. Things are what they are. You know the Celtics are going to be in the playoff picture. You know Toronto is going to be in the playoff picture. We're not disputing that. Right? We're not disputing Hey, so D Block says, hey, so shout out to D Block for one thing. Shout out to our guy. So he says the Knicks got continuity. All of a sudden, D Block, we have it. All before, we didn't even know what that word meant, let alone how to spell it. We have it now, though. Donald Cannon, what's good? Good to see you, brethren. What's good? What's happening? Shade Legacy says, it's no way a team can have this much bad luck. It's obviously a narrative against us. Hey, you know what? Aside from the Mitchell Robinson injury, all the other stuff, I think there is an axe to grind against the Knicks. So I spoke to Chuck B about that during the summer. And shout out to Chuck B wherever he is. But I spoke to Chuck B about this thing during the summer. And he laughed and laughed and laughed. But when you point up the big body of evidence, when you point out how the Knicks have never moved up in the draft or haven't moved up in the draft since the Pat Ewing draft, never, hear me, people. After the draft of 1985, the Knicks have never moved up in the draft. Ever. And I'm saying that definitively because there have been some franchises that got screwed, right? So one year, the Boston Celtics had 3 picks in the top 5, the Tim Duncan draft, I think. And I don't believe they picked in the top 4. All of their picks dropped. I think there was something slimy going on there. I think the NBA did not want the Celtics to get Tim Duncan, right? But the Spurs wound up getting Tim Duncan, right? I think there was something slimy going on there, right? But whatever. It's their league. They control it, right? It's their league. They control it. I mean, you know, whatever. I'm a fan of the league, but I believe there's some slimy things going on against the Knicks, right? Right? Half the Knicks roster get suspended for a playoff game. Man, are you serious? Y'all couldn't do that at a different time or stagger the suspensions? You just gonna ruin their season? It's a bunch of stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff, man, with the NBA and the Knicks. That looks awfully slimy. And I didn't really even mean to touch on that, but since we went down that road. T. Williams, what's good? The NBA is biased towards the Lakers and small market teams. Yep. Basically, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the league seems to be biased towards low income owners like the Lakers. The Lakers got a million championships now. Don't get it twisted. The Lakers have 1 million championships. But the Buss family does not have money like the Dolans, right? The Buss family does not have money like the Dolans. Let's not get it twisted, right? The Buss family is not even the richest NBA owners or not the richest NBA owners in their own city. They don't have money like the guy that owns the Clippers. Right? And I'm here to tell you, in case y'all hadn't noticed, as soon as the Clippers changed ownership, right? That jerk Donald Sterling had his team stripped away. The Clippers started signing big-time free agents. And that's good for the Clippers. Kudos to the Clippers for turning their franchise around. Big task at hand. What's good? Cynic says, case in point, who didn't think New Orleans would get the first pick after AD left? Right. And after they had something go on in New Orleans. I can't remember what it was, but they had something go on in New Orleans and to their city. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they immediately got the #1 pick. Right. Minnesota had something happen in their city, a tragedy, right? And then they get the #1 pick. Cleveland, the Cavaliers, their team is broke. They can't make money. Nobody likes Cleveland. Detroit is the same way. The Pistons are the same way, and it's a crime that the Pistons hadn't had the #1 pick yet. It's a shame. It's a crime that the Pistons have not had the #1 pick yet. Right? The Pistons are in the same boat as us, and I'm talking about in terms of on the court and front office. They're in the same boat we are in, right? Now, our owner is a spoiled brat billionaire, right? But that's willing to cut the check, but whatever, right? But this is a shame the Pistons hadn't had the #1 pick. It's a crime. But Cleveland gets the #1 pick often. And guess what, party people? Cleveland may get it again this year. The Cavaliers may get the #1 pick again this year. Right? And so people are going to say, well, the Wizards have the worst team, and the Wizards may get the #1 pick, and blah, 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 and whatever. The Wizards have had the #1 pick before. The Wizards have even had the #2 pick before. Right? Right? What pick did Bradley Beal what pick was Bradley Beal selected? Let me see. Let me research that. Let me research this real quick. So in the 2012 NBA draft, Bradley Beal was selected 3rd by the Washington Wizards in that draft. So yeah, so I know for sure they had. I thought Beal was 2. He was actually 3. But whatever. Mo Harkless was in that draft. Mo Harkless was pick number 10. How did that turn out? I didn't know Mo Harkless was Puerto Rican. Wow, you learn something new every day. Maurice Harkless is Puerto Rican. Wow. Shout out to Mo Harkless. Sima Singh is in the building. What's good? What's good? Yep. Hey, Sima Singh said, look, that's why we have Sima Singh be around. You know what I'm saying? Sima Singh be earning his keep. You know what I'm saying? John Wall was the #1 pick. The Wizards got the #1 pick, right? It's only us. It's only us and the Pistons that don't get the #1 pick. And I think it's by design. The powers that be at the NBA front office don't care for the Pistons, nor do they care for the Knicks. But their beloved Lakers, though, they're going to hook them up every time, and they don't care if you see it. They're going to do blatant stuff. Like this one stretch, the Lakers got the #2 pick like 3 years in a row. They don't care if you see it or not. They're going to try out some guy in a suit and put on a charade. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this reputable firm, such and such, did the draft, such and such. They monitored such and such. Nah, man. Nah. Ain't nobody. I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that, man. You ain't gonna just march out an old guy in a suit with some firm, this Hollywood firm that does the results for the Oscars, does the draft lottery results for us, and now this is true. Really? Really? They do the Oscars voting, and then they also do the NBA lottery, and you expect us to believe it. Now, I know most people fall for it. Most people fall for it, man. After I see how the Knicks had moved up in the draft in 35 years, 1 year, I'm sorry, so 1 year they move up and get the number one pick, but the following 34 seasons, they never moved up. 34 seasons. Do you know what the odds have to be like for a team to get into a lottery 34 times and not move up one spot? Shea Legacy says the Sixers got mad top picks too. Right. 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 And the Sixers played the NBA. The Sixers was like, yo, we are going to tank terribly because we know stars ain't coming here right now. Right. The Sixers had been good before that. Remember, the Sixers were like where the Orlando Magic is right now. That weird purgatory somewhere between 7, 8, and 9 seed. You remember when they had Iguodala, Drew Holiday, Iguodala, Drew Holiday, Vucevic, a bunch of guys. They could have kept Drew Holiday, Vucevic, and Iguodala together and had a decent young core, but they didn't. They chose to tank. And the NBA let them play themselves. Talking about trust the process. In the fourth quarter, the Sixers will have a lead, and the crowd would start chanting, "Trust the process," and then the Sixers will lose by 17. Really? The Sixers will legit have a 5-point lead and going into the fourth quarter, but the crowd would start chanting, "Trust the process," and the Sixers would lose by 10. Get out of here. If the Knicks did that, there would be an investigation in Congress. So James is the fourth poorest owner in the NBA. He has a net worth of $2 billion. Sure, I see something different. You talking about Dolan? You talking about Dolan? So I saw something different. I saw something different. You talking about in terms of net worth? I saw something different. I actually researched this last year. Fourth poorest is not totally accurate for what I saw. When I find it, I'm going to post it. Right? In terms of net worth, I saw Dolan was in the top 3 if you count all of the assets available. I didn't just go by one article because there's a Forbes article that claimed that Dolan was a poor owner, and then I saw another article. I think it was in Men's Health. It was somewhere, but what I did was I researched it and compiled the information myself, and just didn't depend on one outlet. Right? You'd be surprised. You're going to be surprised. I'm going to find it. I didn't save it here, but I'll do the research again, and at some point within the next week or so, I'll share it again. I'll share it. But don't get it twisted, man. Don't be fooled by what people say. Don't because on this same list, I saw that the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers was if this is according to Forbes, the one you saw, I saw the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, whatever his name is, was actually at the top of the list. And then I did more research and saw that that's not totally accurate either. And if we go by that list, think about this too. This is some food for thought. If James Dolan is the 4th poorest owner in the NBA at that net worth of $2 billion, which this can't be totally accurate because the Knicks themselves are worth more than $2 billion. Right? The Knicks, the last I saw, the Knicks were worth 4.5 billion or somewhere in that neighborhood. And is the most valuable franchise, in the NBA. So let me move on from that and address what White Falcon is saying. Why is RJ Barrett still starting? That, my friends, is a question that I think will cause a civil war. That is, I feel as if I throw down the gauntlet on this question. I feel like you guys will take sides and go to war. Right? Why is RJ Barrett still starting when he's stinking up the place? But before we talk about RJ Barrett stinking up the place, let's do this.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
So why is RJ Barrett still starting? Right? Let me go back to Sherwin M. So Joseph Assad, Brooklyn Nets, is worth 10.5 billion. Mickey Arison, Miami, is 6.2. And Walton Cronkite, the Denver Nuggets, is 5.5. Tillman Fertitta of the Houston Rockets is worth 4.7. And Dan Gilbert, yeah, this is the one I saw. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. I think this is. So Sherwin M, what source did you use? Tell us the source that you used to compile your data. Tell us the source that you're using, and then that way we can all read that and then compile our other stuff, because that's excellent. I think that's an excellent post you put out there. So why is RJ Barrett still starting? All right. So today's Knicks Morning Drive Twitter poll is, why is RJ Barrett still starting? The options are continuity, he's only slumping, no other options, and Tibbs loves him. So when you get the opportunity to go to Twitter and have your vote casted so that your voice can be heard. Hey, and y'all did y'all see how slick I gave Sherwin M a homework assignment? That's funny. So Hero says RJ does the little things. I can see that. I can see that. He passes, rebounds, and defends. The passing thing, I think he has to be in a passing mindset. Right? He has to be in a passing mindset. Otherwise, I don't know if he'll pass the ball. Trizzy Trey says, RJ led the team in assists last night, also gives effort on defense. Shaking my head. All people want to look at is shooting splits. Right. His scoring will come along. Right. The thing I have to say about RJ, y'all know I am what is called a Barrettier. I am a Barrettier, right? Don't get it twisted, right? Don't get it twisted because I try to be impartial on these topics. I'm a huge fan of RJ Barrett. Let's not get that twisted. Let's not get that twisted, right? I'm a huge fan of RJ Barrett. On Twitter, and I feel like I have to keep defending myself, and I don't. I just feel that way. I don't have to because a lot of y'all know where I stand, and historically y'all have heard my thoughts on RJ, but I felt like we should tank for RJ. I said so on Twitter, right? No other Knicks content creator. Listen, and I'm gonna toot my own horn on this because I took a lot of heat. I took a lot of heat for it. No other Knicks content creator, and I wasn't a content creator at the time, but no other Knicks content creator said they wanted to tank for RJ Barrett, right? Right. So I have a personal, a very small, minute personal connection to Zion Williamson. So I wanted. So if we could have got Zion, I would have wanted Zion too. It's because of a very minuscule, tiny personal connection to Zion, right? So I know his pops, his real pops, right? And some other stuff. But if we could have got Zion, I'd have been like, yeah, I wanted to tank for RJ, but I didn't know Zion was going to ascend to be the #1 guy. None of us did. He burst on the scene and was undeniable, right? But the NBA took that from us too. So I mean, I used to say tank for RJ, right? RJ was drafted in the 19 draft, and so I was saying it back in 2017. Tank for RJ in 2017, y'all. 2017 is as far back I was saying that stuff. And for those that don't believe me, there are receipts on Twitter. People call me out. They laughed at me. When you go back to my Twitter, you can look at my Twitter timeline and see and grab those receipts. So Sherwin M says, I think RJ will have an 18-year career. Zion will not be jumping over people in 5 years. Probably not, but Zion is a great NBA player, y'all. Let's not get it twisted, man. Zion is a great NBA player prospect, right? I think how many games has Zion Williamson actually played? We hadn't even seen the best of this kid yet, right? Zion is going to be, and listen, I know what y'all are saying, and I dig it. I dig where y'all coming from because y'all watched basketball for years, right? And y'all trust what it is that y'all see, right? Guys at Zion's size don't necessarily last in the league. We hope that he does. We hope that he does, right? Just because just because we want to see great athletes do great things. You know what I'm saying? Let me find my guy. Let me find my guy's basketball reference. So Zion has played 48 career games, right? 48 career games, and he's averaging 23.4 points per game on 60% shooting from the field, 37% from three. He's averaging 6.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. Man, listen. Zion is the future. Zion is the future, man. Don't get it twisted. They have him listed at 6'7", 284, right? I don't know if he's bigger or smaller than that. I don't know if that size weight thing is accurate. I don't even care. You know what I care about? I care about great players in the NBA, and he's going to be one of them. He's one right now. Warren Franklin says, my sources said Peyton going for his. He's not worried about the other guys getting their shine on. He waved Randall off 4 times. RJ had to demand the ball from Peyton. You can't play RJ and Peyton together. So who's that source? Adam Schefter? Oh no, I'm sorry, not Adam Schefter. Adrian Wojnarowski. I'm K-Ben. He says Zion has only taken 8 threes in his career. That 37% is misleading. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Probably. Let me look at his totals. So Zion is actually 10 for 27 from 3 in his career for 37%. Right? So that, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Right? It's not bad at all. Right? White Falcon. It's Sunday morning, bro. Don't start that. White Falcon says PG-13 coming. I don't know. I think he just signed a max extension with the Clippers. All right, let me see here. I just want to click on some of the comments, man. SJ3 says pass on PG-13. No. SJ3, who are you to pass on Paul George? Who are you to pass on Paul George, bro? Think about what you're saying. Or not who are you, but who are the Knicks to pass on Paul George? Who are we to pass on Paul? Think about what we're telling ourselves. I heard somebody say the other day, they'll pass on Bradley Beal. I don't care. If he's a free agent, I'm going to pass on him. All he does is score. Oh, really? Okay. SJ3 said he don't show up in the playoffs. Hey, man, I feel you. But I would love to be the Knicks and see that. I would love to be the Knicks and see that. You know what that means? That means Paul George helped us get to the playoffs. Shea Legacy says, I want Bill. I could see why one would want Bradley Beal. So Sin Miz. So I tried eating meat Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. Bro, the human body is not designed to eat meat, bro. The human body is not designed to eat meat or animal byproducts. After like 8 or 9 months, 8 months and some change, man, I ate Taco Bell. I broke myself back into meat on Taco Bell. And you talking about somebody's body paying for it? Yes. Dog, I'm telling you, Friday all the way through Saturday morning was like my body rejecting this stuff. Bro, I'm telling you. My only deal is finding healthy alternatives. Like being vegan, it sounds cool. Like people are like, oh, you're vegan, man. That's an excellent story. bro, I'm always hungry, right? I'm always hungry. I can't find stuff to fill me up. I'm tired of eating beans, bro. I'm tired of beans and I'm tired of spinach. I need some healthy alternatives. I need, if there's a vegan out there that knows what I'm going through, hey man, yeah, I need to come through with something. So let's do something on it. I've been on it 7 years. Hey man, okay. Hey, so what I'll do, man, we need to reach out to each other and do something, right? Otherwise, am I saying it right? I say otherwise. Should I be saying Allah wise? Allah wise. Does that sound better? Am I messing that up? I hope not, because I ain't trying to be disrespectful. Just understand like who I am. I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying, respectful to everybody that come through, right? Everybody. I'm trying to be respectful of everybody that come through because I expect y'all to be respectful of me, right? And so we reciprocate. Bill ain't no 32, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Bill is 28-ish. Let me see. So Bill is 27. Bradley Bill is 27. He might look 32. Like Uncle Freezy. Like Uncle Freezy might look 75, but he ain't. Andrew College was good, homie. Was good. Yeah, Bill is 27. He'll be 28 in about 80 days. So Wise says, do a fast to curb your appetite, like a fruit fast. Nah, you say it right, like, what's good? Yo. Yeah, man, I be trying to be, so the thing here, the thing with me, man, is so I've been around, I've been to a lot of places, seen a lot of faces. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned a lot of people. Some people call it being culturally relevant. Yeah, if you want to say that, yeah. I'm respectful of everything about people because I actually like being around people of different types, people from different countries, people from different experiences. You know what I'm saying? People with different cultures, the way they eat, the way they dress, people of different religions. I like being around everybody. But one thing that I ask when I'm around people is respect Uncle Freezy. Don't be trying to force nothing down my throat. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Jeez. Yeah, don't try to force nothing on me. Let everything be organic. You know what I'm saying? Let me like what I like on my own terms. And when you're around me, I'll do the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I can get along with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm the best at it, because sometimes I do rub people the wrong way. Doesn't mean he's rookie of the year, right? Yep. Chuck Allen, what's good? Chuck Allen, what's happening? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I want to get back. I want to touch on this RJ Barrett topic. You know, but before I do that, let me ask you this. So let me ask you this before I ask you this. So Warren Franklin, when are we getting Charlie Ward on the show? I am a huge Charlie Ward fan. And this goes back to before he was a Knicks point guard. I love the kid at Florida State, right? I love the kid at Florida State. And I used to hear stories about him as a high schooler from other cats that played with him in high school. Right? So I'll tell a Charlie Ward high school story real quick. I don't know if it's totally true, but it's definitely legend. Right? It's definitely legend. So I'm in the military with this kid from South Georgia. There's a bunch of kids from South Georgia I was in the military with, right? We were all stationed at the same place. There's this weird place, Fort Polk, Louisiana, right? And so y'all remember how I keep y'all know how I keep telling these Louisiana stories, like how it's one of the worst places you ever been in your life, at least where I was stationed at. Not because of the people were great, right? So I'm stationed with this guy. He's got Charlie Ward posters on his wall, right? I'm like, Charlie Ward? Who is that? And where'd you get that from? Who is Charlie Ward? He's like, yo, I'm telling you, Uncle Freezy, listen, man, this dude, Charlie Ward, is going to be the next great quarterback. I'm like, yeah. He ain't going to be Major Harris. He like, Major Harris? He going to be way better than Major Harris. I'm like, yeah. He ain't going to be Tony Rice. Dude tells me, Tony Rice can't carry Charlie Ward jockstrap. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Did you just say Tony Rice can't carry this dude's jockstrap? Who is Charlie Ward? Right? So he pulls out this grainy VHS tape, right? No lie. This is like late 80s-ish. He pulls out this grainy, the video cassette was not grainy. The footage was grainy. He pops it in the VCR, and Charlie Ward's high school, whatever the name of it is, I forget. Charlie Ward's high school. Charlie Ward takes the snap from center, right? He flies around the edge. They ran the option back in the day. And this is what I saw. Now, I don't know how good Charlie Ward was in high school or whatever, right? But this is what I saw on this VHS tape. If it was Charlie Ward, I don't even know if it was. It might have been some random dude. But Charlie Ward runs the option around the outside. And against the number 2 team in the state, they have defensive backs going to Florida State and University of Alabama or somewhere. They have them. Hey, Black Andy, what's good? They have Charlie Ward pinned in. Charlie Ward's running full speed. Charlie Ward does a juke move, right? The 2 dudes don't fall for it. So Charlie Ward cuts back to the inside of the field, stops on a dime, takes his towel out of his pants. Think about all of this is going full speed. Takes his towel out of his pants, throws it on the ground, and takes off down the sideline. The 2 dudes that are going to Division I schools, the 2 DBs, they jump on the towel, and Charlie Ward goes down the sideline for 60 yards, touchdown. Think about it. Charlie Ward's running full speed, right? He get in front of dudes. He's like, whoa, whack. Take the towel, throw it on the ground, cut around the other way. The 2 dudes jump on the towel. Charlie Ward goes down the sideline for a touchdown. Right? And I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? Right? What just happened? He was like, Uncle Freezy, I'm telling you, Charlie Ward is going to be great. Right? He said, I saw Charlie Ward throw a football 80 yards off the wrong foot. Did y'all hear what I just said? He said he saw Charlie Ward throw a football in the air 80 yards off the wrong foot. Hey, Anthony 212, what's good? Hey, appreciate you shouting out everybody. Right? He said Charlie Ward threw a football off the wrong foot 80 yards in the air to a clumsy dude that dropped the touchdown. The dude dropped it. The dude literally did not catch the best play you probably ever saw in your life. The dude, the receiver, dropped the football, didn't even catch it. Wide open. Didn't even catch it. Right? So, in my experience, and I've never met Charlie Ward, never been in the same place, never talked to him on the phone. Like, I talked to Vernon Davis on the phone one time. And I was like, this dude, because this dude I used to work with, who was like, yo, Lil Duke is my cousin. I'm like, Lil Duke? He was like, Vernon Davis. I was like, Vernon Davis? Y'all call him Lil Duke? Dude's like 250 pounds. He was like, yeah, they started calling him that as a kid. Okay, whatever. I'm like, you lying. He's like, I'm going to call him right now. He called Vernon Davis on the phone. Vernon Davis pick up. And I'm like, yo, is this Vernon Davis? He was like, who is this? His cousin get on and be like, yo, I keep trying to tell fools you my cousin, and they don't believe me. He's like, who is this? And his cousin say his name. He's like, yeah, man. Yeah, that's my dog right there. And then he's like, don't they call you Lil Duke? Don't they call you Lil Duke? He's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. So I talked to Vernon Davis, But Charlie Ward, no, I don't have any experiences with Charlie Ward. So I'm hoping my guy, Warren Franklin, can hook that up for us. That'll be the highlight of the show, because that same guy that is the legend. Like, people tell these Charlie Ward stories, and it's almost like when people tell these stories, Warren Frank's like, because it was a beast in Florida. Yeah. People tell these Charlie Ward stories as if they're talking about Paul Bunyan, right? Warren Franklin and others, when they tell Charlie Ward stories, they speak about Charlie Ward as if he was Paul Bunyan, right? When I heard, so I forget the guy's name, man. A dude named, I forget his last name. It escapes me in the moment. But when you hear him talk about Charlie Ward, it's like as if he is talking about a guy that's 7 foot tall, that's the fastest guy you ever saw, with the strongest arm you ever saw in your life. Right? He was like, he talked about Charlie Ward like this. And I'm gonna get back to RJ Barrett, but since Warren Franklin is here, I'm gonna just say this for a few moments and then move on. So a guy tells me this story about Charlie Ward, a different dude, right? A dude that was not a football player. He just, went to the game. I think he was on the band or something. He was like, yo, the other team knew they couldn't beat Charlie Ward's high school team if they didn't hurt him. So Charlie Ward goes to the sideline, and 3 guys hit Charlie Ward late out of bounds, right? And it had been raining, and they slide up against the gate, and they get up soaking wet. Charlie Ward is laying there in pain, right? So Charlie Ward misses a series. I think this is how the dude tells the story. He's like, yo, he was hurt for real, Uncle Freezy. He was hurt, you could tell. Because at the end of the day, don't forget, these dudes are kids. In high school, these dudes are kids, like 16, 17 years old. So Ward leaves, right? The other team, as soon as Ward leaves, the backup quarterback fumbles the ball, the other team running in for a touchdown. And he says, Charlie Ward comes out of and so he said Charlie Ward comes back without a t-shirt on, without socks on, and it's like 40 degrees. Without t-shirt, socks, gloves, nothing, right? Everybody is freezing cold. Charlie Ward comes back, walks right past the coach. Don't ask the coach to go in the game. He goes in the game. He tells the quarterback to go out of the game, right? And it's like 4th down and 23 or something, and they should be punting. Charlie Ward goes and puts them in some weird spread formation, right? He gets the snap on like 4th down and 1 billion. And I know this is legend, right? 4th down and 1 billion. He gets the snap. He pump fakes downfield. The DBs stop. He takes off around the left end and goes untouched for like 75 yards for a touchdown on a 4th down and 23 after he got hurt, right? So the Charlie Ward legend thing is real. When the dude told me, I was like, he talking about this dude like he's Superman. He was like, no, Uncle Freezy, listen, when I tell you how good this dude was. I'm telling you, this dude was a great. So Warren Franklin, what I want you to do, man, is at some point, and I could probably work on getting Charlie Ward myself, but I don't know him. I don't have any connections to him, but I would love to have him come on the show and speak about his Knicks experiences. And maybe some high school football or whatever. So Black Andy, what's good? So Black Andy, what's good? What's good? I see your question. That's the question, Hero. Can we go above 500 until the All-Star break? Hey, that ain't what I want to talk about Black Andy about. I want to talk to Black Andy about Frank Ntilikina being a bust, just like I told y'all. Told you. Do I want to see Frank? Yes. Do I want to see Frank Ntilikina? Of course I do. But when I was joking saying Frank Ntilikina is a 6'3" Rollins, y'all were frustrated with me. Like, hey, Uncle Freeze, you can't talk about Frank Ntilikina like that. Yeah, man. I can talk about Frank Ntilikina just like that. Right? The Frank thing, I want to see Frank Ntilikina, but I think the Frank Ntilikina thing in New York is over. Right? In garbage time, Frank Ntilikina can't even get on the floor. They legit chose Theo Pinson over Frank Ntilikina. Theo Pinson. Like, hey, you kid, come here. No, not you, Frank. I'm talking about the one waving the towel. What's your name again? How long you been here? Oh, you only been here? What? You only been here since training camp? Yeah, come on. Yeah. The other kid that we drafted with the 8th pick? No, you stay over there on that bench and don't you move. Come here, Theo Pinson. So Black Andy says, let me finish shoveling the snow. I'm going to hop on. We're going to end this Frank talk. Yeah. Hey. But ending the Frank talk is going to be easy because it's already over. Hero says Frank going to leave and become Jimmy Butler. No, he might become Jimmy's butler, but he definitely is not going to become Jimmy Butler. That joke right there was free, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all weekend. Make sure to tip your waitress. So the Frank thing is over. It's over. Right? And I know it feels like I'm piling on, but I'm not. So shout out to B from Jersey. Shout out to B from Jersey. Hey, peace to Freezy and the chat. Yo, peace to B from Jersey. Hey, may all your travels be peaceful, bro. Anthony 212 says Frank is a stopper. Yeah, he is. He stops at the bench and waits right there until the end of the game. Frank is behind Kevin Knox. Yep, he sure is. Kevin Knox got to play yesterday, though. Kevin Knox got to play yesterday. And Kevin Knox was so hungry to play that when he got in the game, he wasn't cool Kev. He was trying to be animal Kev. Did y'all see the lob? Anthony Barker says, who are the Knicks going to trade for next? I am not sure. Y'all got any ideas on who the Knicks are going to trade for next? Y'all have any ideas? I have no ideas. Sid Midge, you said Frank is in quarantine? What am I talking about? Frank is in quarantine. So you're saying that's the reason why Frank's not playing? You're saying Frank Ntilikina is in COVID-19 protocol. Let me check this. Let me check this out here. Okay. All right. So Newsday has an article that Frank Ntilikina is in COVID-19 protocol. Right. All right. So that was accurate, right? Okay. So Frank had been in COVID-19 protocol since, what's the date of this article? So the article was updated February 9th. All right. So Frank Ntilikina is out again. Frank Ntilikina is out again. Okay. All right, there's your link, boss. So it's not the last two games. It's more than that. It's from February 9th. So Frank missed 3 games or more games than that, and we're just finding out. So he was inactive until January 24th, but in the 8 games since being back in uniform, he has yet to get in a game. Stuck deep on the bench behind starting point guard Elfrid Payton and rookie Emmanuel Quickley, with Derrick Rose arriving now to take minutes too. Okay, so that's from that Newsday article. That Newsday article was written by Steve Popper and updated February 9th. So I have to give my guy his credit. Hey, what's good, family?
What's good, Uncle? What's good, Unc?
How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I'm just here working, man. But I see the Frank slander, man. I had to get in here real quick, Unc.
Hey, man. Hey, so let me say this first off, but before we get down to the nitty gritty, yo, we love and appreciate you. You be safe out here doing your thing, dog.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We definitely
man.
gotta get up and talk about the vegan stuff though too, Unc.
Dog, you see what I'm eating, right?
I see
Orange slices.
You need that. You need that vitamin C in the morning to start off, omega-6.
Right.
Good for the body.
Right.
But,
yo, we might. So you saying I'm slandering Frank?
Come on, I think you a DL Franker. You a DL Franker. Nobody brought up Frank, and then Uncle Freezy had to bring up Frank. So it brings a smile on my face. I ain't gonna lie. I love it every time you do it. But
what?
You love Frank on the low. You
Me?
love him on the low. Yeah.
Me? Yes. Come on.
Yes. My boy at home on quarantine, resting up, waiting for Tibbs to give him that call, and you gonna do my boy like that.
Dirty.
You do my boy like that.
They talk dirty, right?
I get it from the chat. I get it from my live eyes in the chat. QJ in the chat. I get it from everybody. So I understand. But D.O. Pixel will never get in before Frank was healthy. We know this.
I'm not sure.
No?
I'm not sure if that's totally accurate.
No.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. So I brought it up because during the summertime, during the 9-month layoff from the NBA, there's been Frank wars going on. So Sim Russell from Nothing But Knicks, our guy, Black Andy, Cornerstone Cav, and some others legit had beef with this argument or this notion that Frank Ntilikina is not an NBA player, right?
Okay.
And so the thing is I don't have a beef with them because I figure those guys are pretty smart. In all my experiences, those guys have been. And so here's the thing with them. So all of us have been around people that have been intelligent, right? But they may not be their points may not be relevant or in the moment or poignant. Because being intelligent is one thing. Being smart enough to use that intelligence is another. These dudes that I'm talking about are very smart and intelligent. So they point out things like, like Frank does such and such in certain situations and such and such. And so to their point, the points that they make are awesome points, right? Right? But we don't know them to be facts. Right?
That's my thing. A lot of Frank arguments are opinion more so
right.
than fact. And I get every opinion. I get every get it all. Continue. My bad for cutting you off.
Nah. So one of the arguments for Frank Ntilikina is that Frank Ntilikina shoots 50% from the corner three. Right? But they don't build on the fact that he only takes one every 3 games and he hits one every 6 games. You know what I'm saying? So while the math on a base level looks as if this dude is Kyle Korver from the corner, the fact is he don't take enough shots from there to have it be a reasonable sample size.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. So when you come at me with like Frank shoots 50% from the corner 3, really? Let's look at that. And so we
100% in his last game.
Okay. Yeah, he shot 100%. Right. What was that? 4 for 4?
4 for 4. Don't forget it.
Right. Nah. Hey man, listen. If it was 4 for 4, it's not bad. If it was 2 for 2, I would have shot that argument down. Like, hey, don't be coming at me with no. But 4 for 4 is impressive, right? Especially from a bench player. You know what I mean?
All right. I just want to make my case real quick for Frank. I don't want to make my case because I'm gonna get slaughtered, and I feel like I made this case a million times and don't know what that is. So at most, Frank is a backup player. At most, he is a backup point guard. If you want to even call him a point guard, because I don't feel like he's been developed enough coming over he came over at 18 from France. I don't feel like he's been developed enough in our system. Like, we just got a developmental staff this year. Our first year of developmental staff. He had 5 coaches. He got a different coach every year, and he was drafted to play along with Melo and Porzingis. He wasn't drafted to be a shooting point guard, a scoring point guard, if I'm not mistaken. Also, you could say my knock on Frank is the same thing. He brings the ball up, he stops it. That gets people upset. I get it. I mean, Elf is doing the same thing in his eighth year. He just stopped and started going to the rack every time, but now he's icing RJ out. RJ can't even crack 10 points now. I guarantee if Frank was there, RJ would be going off right now. But I don't even want to make the Frank argument, man. He either going to stay here and we're going to use him, or he's going to go somewhere else and they're going to use him. Plain and simple.
Agreed. So all the points that you made, all the points that you laid out for us, I agree, except for the one where Frank brings up the ball and passes it as soon as he gets it. I think what people don't realize is that these guys are calling for the ball from Frank, for one. Absolutely. And 2, the coach is calling certain plays with Frank on the floor.
Absolutely.
So he's abiding by what the flow of the game based on his teammates and coaches. What I think y'all forgot, I'm addressing the fact that we have a virtual chat that's riding. I say we and y'all and us is because, it's like 60, 70 people here. So the thing we forgot is how last year Frank Ntilikina sauced up Bradley Beal on the wing, broke his ankles and made him crash into his own man. Right? Y'all remember that? No, because we slander Frank a lot. But Frank was in his bag and so confident that the next time down the floor, guess what he did? He called an ISO against Bradley Beal and did it again. Now, Frank didn't make a shot. He threw up 2 bricks. But for him to be that confident against Bradley Beal, that show you something. Right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And don't forget the Rockets game.
They don't want to see that Frank. They don't want to see the Frank that went baseline on Porzingis and tried to give it to him because we hate Porzingis. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see the Frank that went head up with LeBron and didn't back down at one point. They want to see the timid, young kid Frank. They want to see feeble Frank, and it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I don't understand it, and you root for non-homegrown players. I don't understand it, but I mean, you're gonna reap what you sow, man. The chicken's gonna come home to roost at some point.
Right. 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 It's in their nature. That's why. It's in their nature.
Absolutely.
Like for those of us that like to read and stack up on knowledge things. Hey, the chickens come home to roost because it's in their nature.
It's in their
You know
nature.
what I'm saying?
It's in their
Yeah,
nature.
yeah. So, but
Malcolm X, yes.
yeah, man. Hey, and so, the thing with Frank is he also sauced up James Harden in the Rockets game where RJ hit the game winner.
Yeah.
You remember he sauced up Frank Harden and threw up the brick from three? I was like, look at Frank. So he threw up a brick, and that brick was terrible. But the fact that he sauced up the reigning league MVP, not reigning, I don't know if he's reigning league MVP then. He might have been. I know Harden was the MVP at one point.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
But Frank sauced him up at the top of the key and had Harden backing up. And Frank threw up a brick that barely grazed the rim. But I was like, look at Frank! You know what I'm saying? And for him to... Okay.
And the only thing I'm going to play devil's advocate, because I don't like to get too high on my own self. The only thing that you can really say that I also agree with is, availability. What man say being available is your best availability.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that with Frank. And I think, but I'm very biased. I'll let anybody know. Like when we arguing, I'm biased. That's half of my argument is I'm biased. So I'm gonna be loyal to a fault and die on that sword. So like I said, man, Frank. And what do we have right now? Like we're playing IQ at like the combo guard. So we only got 2 real point guards right now. And not to say that IQ is not a real point guard. Don't kill me. I think he is. But we playing them as a slash type 2. So all we got is D Rose and Elf at the point guard. So yeah, leave Frank there. Why would you get rid of Frank? Like I don't understand it. What would be the point to get rid of Frank?
I would. My only concern is his salary, right? So he's making first round top 10 money. Yeah. But if we can bring him back on a reasonable deal after the season, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
If we can I wouldn't mind giving him a multi-year deal. I wouldn't mind doing Frank like 3 years at $12 million. That's $4 million a year. That's $1 million less than he had been making, but at the same time, it gives him guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Right, guaranteed money. And it means he can hang around the league on the value.
He has to catch up on that production that he missed out on while we was paying him that money. So I definitely get that. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely agree with that.
So I want to ask you a couple of things real quick.
Yes, sir.
So the first thing is, how in the world can a vegan eat like everybody else and not always be hungry?
Well, I'm a chef, so it's gonna be very hard for anybody. So my first thing I would say is hit me up in my email, and we could definitely get something together going for you. But I would say like how you doing? You doing the oranges right now? Like I start off with oranges, oatmeal mix in the morning, everything high in protein. You want to make sure everything you eat, the protein count is high. You also want to make sure your fiber is good because you're going to probably start out with a lot of starches when you start off. Don't overstarch yourself. Don't. If you do starch, go good starch. Purple, anything with color. Purple potatoes. Everything you want like colorful. Your kale, you do your kale. You mix it up. Swiss chard. Do your greens. A lot of pistachios. So my diet is like a lot of nuts, a lot of fruits. When I do eat, I go in. I make huge, and it's only one time that I eat real big. So, and another thing you gotta understand with any diet, man, with anything, we eating to live, we're not living to eat. You understand? So you don't wanna. Weight is good. I'm a skinny person. Weight is good, but not always good. Like when you see big people, sometimes that's just a over accumulation of bad fats. So you want to make sure you're doing the good fats. And like I said, you use your sugar to be your fruits. drink a lot of water, and if you find that it's you just gotta eat a lot of the good things. That's it, really,
Okay.
really.
All right. So because what I have been doing, man, is, and no lie. So what I do is when I eat, man, I drink a lot of water and eat big salads. Like I
Okay,
like spinach. I like
okay,
spinach, man. So I like spinach, tomato, cucumber, in a salad. Um,
okay.
you know, I try.
Avocado. You do a lot of
Uh,
avocado.
no, not yet, not yet.
Do you gotta implement that? That's a lot good. That's like the best. Some of the best protein to ever get is the avocado.
How do you make it though?
Avocado, you don't have to make avocado. You just want to get it right. So when you go to the store, you go and squeeze the avocado. You want it to be not mushy,
Right.
but not too firm. You just want to give you a little push, and you just put a little salt and pepper on there, and you cut it. Freezy, that'd be the best thing you ever had in your life. Fresh
Word.
avocado in a salad, you mix it in,
Right.
good to go.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
So
also, my bad. Add hemp seeds to your salad.
hemp seeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely got to do something because what happens, man, is so. Okay, so here's the thing, and so here's the thing. So I went from a skinny guy, like
Uh-huh.
in ninth grade. In ninth grade, I was about 6'1", 118. So I was super thin, right? Super
Yeah.
skinny, unhealthy thin, right?
Yeah.
Um, but but by the time I got out of the military and all these things, I used to look like the Green Mile. You remember the Green Mile, the dude that used to be the Green
Yeah.
Mile?
John Henry. What's his name?
It was
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah.
So I was big, like muscular, like that, because over the years I had been in the weight room because it was my way to vent. I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, so instead of going crazy, you know what I'm saying, doing street stuff, I just got in the weight room and just lift weights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I got like that, but then I got sick, right? And I ain't gonna get
Uh-huh.
too much into that, but I got sick.
Yeah.
So I was down, and I came back out of that looking like melted ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, ew, look, ew. And I can,
Yeah.
you're not, when you can't do it, you just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But so what I was trying to do is self-correct, like kind of just be healthy, like get back down to, and so somebody was like, yo, if you go vegan, the thing is you don't understand how much better you'll feel after you go vegan, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, I don't know. It all sounded gimmicky to me. Like I don't want some energetic gimmick. Like I'm not a gimmicky person, right? And I'm not saying that was accurate. I'm saying how it always sounded to me, and but
Absolutely.
I tried it though. I didn't do vegetarian. I was like, yo, if I do it, I'm gonna go all the way. Just go
Go
vegan,
all the way. Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
so I did that, and the first night, man, I slept like I did a fast first, like a 30-hour fast.
Yeah.
A 30-hour fast, just drinking water,
Yeah.
right? Bro, I'm telling you, those first 3 or 4 nights, man, I slept like a baby,
And how does your
right?
body feel? Like, did you feel like
Energetic.
that lightness in your body?
Yes, yes.
So right, let me give you one, not to cut you off, but I'm like 130 now, right? 5'7", like 130. But
Right,
I always been like a kind of a slender type of person. But
right.
I did some time, and when I came home 175, right?
Wow.
So and I kept that weight on me for a while, but that weight was never, that's not my body frame, that's not my body size to be that big. You understand? So
Right.
and then meats and stuff that you eating is gonna keep all that extra weight on you. So once you start, like you said, you start self-correcting and you start just listening to what your body is telling you, like your reaction to certain meats, your reaction to things you eat. And I started to learn, like, all right, well, let me try this. No. Another thing is your family disposition, like the chronic diseases that run in your family. You understand? So I seen my father had prostate cancer, my mother got, as most of us, got hypertension or high blood pressure. So I was like, you know what?
Right.
Let me try this cold turkey thing, because I fasted before. When I got knowledge, I fasted for 7 days. So I'm like, all right, with just water and fruit. So I'm like, all right, let me do this again, cold turkey vegan for 7 years. One day I was eating chicken and duck, and I'm a cook, I'm a chef. I used to eat everything. And I just went cold turkey. And it's just the discipline. Once you get past that, then you, like you said, you start being around different coaches, and you start seeing how they eat. A
Right,
lot of
right,
Indian coaches only vegetarians, so you start
right,
watching they, and it's amazing. It's definitely amazing, man.
right, right, right. No, no doubt. So the thing about me is in the self-correcting thing is because I'm energetic by nature. I don't know what it is. I don't credit it to nuts or whatever.
Yeah,
All I'm saying is, we are who we are as people. Whatever,
absolutely,
you
absolutely.
know. And no shade at nobody else for if they not energetic. I'm just saying, I'm just a kid that when in class, if you didn't keep me busy with something, I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah,
always be up doing something. You know what I'm saying? Either you
yeah.
keep me busy or I'm
You
gonna
gotta
keep
get to
myself
the
busy.
gap. You gotta get to the gap.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
energeticness, like, and you identify that. I don't. I'm not really like. I'm more to myself. I'm
right,
not really that talkative. I can be in
right,
certain aspects, but yeah,
right.
that's. You're not slighting anybody. I don't think.
Right, and so with me, I don't feel like you should waste energy. You know what I'm saying? I know, and people are like, there's no such thing as wasting energy, and they talk about all this scientific stuff about
Yeah.
energy cannot be whatever. I don't care about that. What I'm saying is, in this conversation here, what I'm saying is, I'm finding myself craving not for meat, but for food in general, is what I'm saying. Right,
Okay.
right, because people hear you say vegan thing, and what they'll say is, well, you just craving for meat. Nah, it ain't meat. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just what I'm finding is I'm just not eating enough food. You know what I'm saying, to keep me
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do the oatmeal in the morning. I do the oatmeal with blueberries in it or raspberries, whatever.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
morning, I might sweeten it a little bit with dog. A steel cut oats is the worst thing you ever tasted in your life.
Nah, I've been eating that. I've been trying to eat that. You just gotta cook it a little longer. And another thing, Freezy, you gotta watch. I seen the water. You try to, like, if you gonna drink, try to drink alkaline water. If you can't, get some key limes and cut it and put it in your water. That'd be a big boost for you too.
Some what, and put it in the
Key
water.
limes, key limes,
Oh, okay.
key limes. They smaller than limes.
Okay.
But those are like natural alkaliners, and that'll help you in your water and help you with your energy too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So the thing with being, man, it is tough,
it
bro.
is. It is. It
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
It
Because
is.
like when most people get healthy, they're like, I want something to eat, man. I want to grab me a little something on the go.
Yeah, yeah.
Dog, I don't know where you can find vegan options on the go. Yeah,
Where
like
you
there's no
at?
vegan snack machine.
Yeah, you right. You right. Well, me, I package my food. My family get on me, man. Every time I pull up to a barbecue or I'm going out for a
Right,
little while, I got a plate in the back. I got
right,
or I got, like you said, I carry my oranges and my pistachios or whatnot. But
right,
the best thing is preparation. You gotta be prepared on the diet, man. And another
right,
thing is not so much to be vegan, but try to be plant based. Like, because vegan still got a lot of bad things that mess up your image, that ain't too good for your diet. You understand? If that makes sense.
right.
Right.
So hey, so I'll tell you something funny. It ain't really funny or cool, but dog. So when you go vegan, like with me, when I go vegan and I talk to other people that have done the transition,
Yeah.
dog, we get mad gassy. It's
Oh nah,
embarrassing.
nah. Listen, my girl, that's what she is, the gun go off, man. Like, that's what she is. And then
Yeah,
my girl's Spanish, so you be feeding me all these beans. We going, and we got a lot of beans in our diet, but that's good. That shows healthy digestion, man. Like, I don't know what
okay.
you. It's all right, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yo, I'm telling you, hey man. Hey, so I thought it was me,
Nah,
right? So I thought it was me. I'm like, man, I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be like, excuse me, y'all, I gotta go over here and
you gotta learn how to be a silent killer, huh? You gotta learn how to be a silent.
Hey, that's mad funny, man. That's hilarious. But yeah, man. So that's one of the things, man, that I was dealing with. I just wanted to ask you to just talk to you about that real quick. We definitely got to exchange some info, man, or maybe even if you get some time, maybe I have another channel. It's a lifestyle channel that I'm trying to get up and going. So I want to. So the lifestyle channel is, I want to talk about belief systems, religions, diet, social standing, your
Ooh,
place in
ooh, nah,
society. and stuff like that. And so it's one of those things that I want to kind of get up and going. But
Yeah,
the Lawrence Tears
I definitely
network
want to be a
is
part of that. I want to
okay.
be a part of that. I gotta be a part of
Okay.
that, especially got to.
Yeah, man. It's just some things just to talk about and raise awareness about certain things, and
Absolutely.
also get people's feedback on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have them like have us do live streams and have a chat open so people can ask us questions, and maybe we can direct them and point them in the right direction, or at least raise awareness to an issue that we never knew existed.
That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. Freeze, teach, and pass the message along as we know it. You know.
Right,
So
right,
I'm
right. Because
definitely.
in the grand scheme of things, people think we're born to reach a level of success, but we're actually born to be villagers. You know what I'm saying? We actually be here to help others in our village succeed and survive.
Each
You know what
one
I'm saying?
teach one. That's what we're
Yeah.
here
So
for.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, getting back to these Knicks though.
Yeah.
Get back to these Knicks, man. The whole thing with Frank, I forgot about the COVID protocol with Frank.
Yeah,
But
I forgot about
I have been hearing so many excuses. People are like, well, Frank has a knee, and Tony Crow told me, she said, you didn't see Frank with a knee brace on, and I'm like, man, come on, dog. We can't go through this. This can't be the status quo with Frank. Every time we see Frank, he's injured or hurt or
I got a
something.
conspiracy theory about that, right? I got
Right.
a conspiracy theory about it. Chat go crazy or mute the chat real quick because they about to kill me. I think Tibbs is putting Frank on injury on or whatever. I can't say injury reserve, but on this injury list because to give Elf breathing room. Is to give Elf breathing room because if it's another point guard that's eligible to take his position, then everybody's gonna be screaming for him. We are screaming for Quickly, but they're gonna say, "All right, well, Quickly is still Quickly's a rookie, so we can't give him the range yet." All right, well, nobody wants to give it to DSJ when DSJ was here,
Right.
respectfully. And
Right.
then the only person you got, Frank. I don't know if you remember last year, the Garden damn near booed Elf out of there to get Frank in there. We were screaming, we want Frank every game. So
Right.
imagine what's going to happen. Imagine. So I think some of it was that. I can't say I think. A conspiracy in my head is that. But because I didn't see anything that tweaked his knee that bad in that last Milwaukee game when he went 4 for 4. I didn't see it. I don't know if anybody else seen it. I didn't see anything.
Right.
And then
Right.
especially with his future up in the air with the Knicks, it's like, yeah, well, we're gonna run Elf. Elf got guaranteed money. Elf is we can't trade him unless he want to get traded, so we gotta play him. So I feel like that's half of it possibly, but
Right.
just a conspiracy theory. I
Right.
could be totally wrong, and I don't think that I am. But yeah.
Yeah. Well. I mean, and you may be right. You never know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know. But in the grand scheme of things, man, I just hope the young kid develops into something so he won't be a wasted asset.
And one question,
Right.
right? Do you the RJ thing? I feel like Elf is squeezing him out for some reason. Like I don't see, like Warren said, Elf going for his, and it's in spite of anybody around him right now. Like he's bringing that ball up and going straight to the hoop. He's not even looking for a pass on the fast break or nothing right now.
It's self-preservation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's self. I mean, if you could imagine every night you step on the floor, Knicks fans are like, man, what are you still doing here? And you like, I was a lottery pick like them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just as good as they are. My circumstance was just as bad as theirs is. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you need to give me a chance too. You know what I'm saying? Alfred Payton is like, yo, I can put up numbers. I can thrive. I can play in this league also. Right? So the thing with Elf, you can't really blame him. You know what I'm saying, for wanting to establish himself.
But can you blame Tibbs for that? Like I see this, you see this, we all see this, and it's like, what is RJ and them out there for? The only reason Bullock is getting involved is because the Randall is assisting him.
Right. No lie, man. The thing with Bullock, I don't have beef with Reggie Bullock. right?
Yeah,
I don't have beef with Reggie Bullock, man. My only deal with Reggie Bullock is I wish it was more consistent what we're getting from him.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like one game he hit 7 threes, 6 in the first quarter, and then came out and hit one in the second. I mean, I'm sorry, six threes in the first half, and then 1 3 in the second half. And that sums up what Reggie Bullock does for you as a player, right? He can produce at a decent level inconsistently, right?
Absolutely.
But he's not a cornerstone piece, and you don't expect him to be put up Julius Randle's production, right?
Right.
You shouldn't expect that is what I should be saying. So
I don't. I just want to see. Honestly, I just want to see a little bit more of our future in these with more minutes. I mean, I understand we want to win, and even that. I mean, we came into this year knowing that we weren't going to be able to win that, even a playoff team almost. Like we was like, all right, let's just develop. But we got
right,
Tim's in, and Tim's. I granted his system is working, but it's working with. If it's not working with the youth, how is it working? Like you see what I'm saying? Like how much is it really
right,
working? So,
right. Nah,
but
no doubt.
I don't want to stop the train, man. This way, everybody want cool. Because we was just talking development a couple months ago. Now we talking let's win now. Let's mortgage the future. So I'm
Right.
kind of confused.
Well, the fan base is diverse, right?
Uh-huh.
So the fan base is diverse. Like we hear a lot of voices. It's not always the same voice, right?
Absolutely.
So like when you hear Legion of Knicks podcast, and shout out to Legion, by the way.
Shout out
Legion of Knicks
Legion.
podcast is saying that he would advise that the Knicks only make a move if you're only on the verge of the Eastern Conference Finals and you get a guy that'll push you over the top, right?
Yep.
And otherwise, and if you're not there, just wait and develop. You know what I'm saying, until you get there. My thing is the Knicks have never been in a situation where or have rarely been in a situation where you have sustained winning over the course of years with some guys that you can grow to like and become fans of. And when you get that, you have to take advantage of that opportunity, right? So we're in that RJ Barrett, Julius Randle window where the two of them can get your team to the playoffs, and you can add pieces to go with them, and then maybe you can win a championship if you add the right pieces. So I say add the pieces to go around Randle and RJ, right? You know they're going to continue to develop. You've seen their development this year. You've seen Randle get better. You've seen RJ get better, even though here lately he seems as if he's regressing. But anyways, it's one of those things. I guess it depends on where you are in your Knicks fandom.
Absolutely.
Like I'm old
Absolutely.
school. So I've been a fan since the 70s, right? I've been a fan since the 70s. So I don't have patience to be waiting for you to get to that spot.
So my thing is that exactly right. So we
Right.
got. I think the fan base is kind of divided as well to where it's old school and kind of new school, and some people melt in between. And it's
Right.
the same thing with the organization. We got Tibbs who's an old school guy, but you got all of this youth as well. That if you just have a little patience, that the same patience that we have no choice but to have over the last few years, then this thing will bubble into something.
Right.
So, like I said, it's kind of like damn if you do, damn if you don't. So, and I'm
Right.
not an executive, so I'm gonna be a fan regardless. So I'm just
Right.
gonna sit back and watch how it goes.
Right. Right. And so to I don't know what stage of Knicks fandom you are, right? But this is the thing that I say with Knicks fans, right? This is just in general. A lot of times the people that are saying, the Knicks fans that are saying, let's be patient, let's wait, let's get us our own homegrown star, and things of that sort. So they hadn't had their own, they hadn't watched a draft, right? They hadn't watched a guy get drafted and watched that guy develop into a player that leads the Knicks to the playoffs. They don't understand what that feeling is like. So back in the day, we watched the Knicks draft Patrick Ewing, and we watched him, you know what I'm saying, take his teams to the playoffs. And the people in a generation just above me, just ahead of me, they watched us draft Willis Reed and Clyde Frazier, right? And watch them young guys from draft night to the championship stage. But this group here, the current group that says, let's be patient. Right. So y'all don't have your own homegrown superstar who y'all saw get drafted on draft night become a superstar.
Can we have that? We were so close. We had Porzingis, and then got rid of everything for us. We had Melo, we had a superstar, we had a homegrown, and then the whole thing just got demolished. So you want us to sit. So now we got to sit back, and I feel like we had more of a heartbreak than y'all. You had that. You seen, even though he went there and sold it on a finger roll, you had that.
Right. No doubt. And so the reason why I brought that up is because you can see the differences in the way we think. You know what I'm saying? Like you have one sect of Knicks fans that say, let's be patient. You know, I never had my own homegrown star. Like Hoodie Kev that comes on at night. Yeah. You know, he's legit like, yo, let this young core develop, man. You don't have to trade for any, just develop the guys that you got. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. And I'm saying Hoodie Kev, bro, I'm double parked. You know what I'm saying? By the time y'all win the championship, I might not be around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What Tibbs is thinking, but this is my thing. Like, we had two different parts in our Knicks fandom. And I think we just all have to agree to disagree in a sense, but we all have the same thing, and that's Knicks fandom. You see what I'm saying? Like, we all just want to see us get to that point. Eventually, someone else to get there quicker than eventually. Right.
And so the thing is I don't fault others for their opinions and takes. Now, my only deal is I just ask everybody to understand where it is that I'm coming from. Because the thing is, sometimes I sound like a jerk about it. Yeah. Like when people are saying, these 2 draft picks in the draft. I'm like, I don't care about no draft picks. I want to win right now. I'm double parked. Like the old people say, I got a pot of beans on the stove. That means hurry up. You know what I'm saying?
The great Martin Luther King said, listen, he may not see the mountaintop. He know what the mountaintop is. He may not see it, but he set it up for his people. I feel like we all got to have that, paying forward. I may not be here for future generations, but I still want them to eat well. I still want to leave this information here for them. So I feel like it's almost the same thing. Like, you older in your years, Tom Thibodeau. You messed up those years in Chicago, not us. Right. This is not here for you to relive some type of high school fantasy. Like, this is what we got. This is what we've been building. It ain't everything, but you knew what you walked into. You knew you was walking into Frank and Kevin Knox and all of this. You knew that. Right. So that's it.
Right. No doubt. And so like what you said about Dr. King, right? Yeah. So he said he had been to the mountaintop, right? So he been to the mountaintop, but he can't get over to the other side. That's a reference to Moses leading his people to the promised land, right? But he can't go because of his former sins, right? So Moses lead his people, but his people can go, but he can't go, right? Absolutely. But the thing, and not to get too deep into that, but I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is this: can we please hurry up and at least get to the mountaintop? Can we at least get to the mountaintop, man? Hurry up! I got you. You know what I'm saying?
It's never lost. You understand? Right. I get it 100%. I think every Knicks fan get it. And why we all so hard on each other is because, like I said, we all just want to win. And we all just want to get there. We want to get there collectively. Like, everybody want to be right when we get there. So I'm all right with being wrong as long as we get there. You understand?
Right. Hey, so I'm gonna wrap up here, man. I'm gonna wrap up here. I got some show prep and stuff to do. Absolutely. Hey, virtual chat. I thank y'all for coming through. Sim Miz, thank you for coming through in the video chat. We definitely got to link up and do some stuff.
My info in a private.
I got you. It's recorded. I got you already. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "But show this right here." So give me a few days in order to set some stuff up, and then I'll send you something, man. I'll probably email you my telephone number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we could talk about what it is before we jump on.
Okay.
And so there won't be, so we can be proficient with the amount of time that we get.
Absolutely.
And then you know, we can rock from there. So
Absolutely.
thanks again, everybody in the virtual chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the live stream, join the virtual chat, join the video chat, turn your notifications on, comment in the replays, share on social media. And if you want to help the channel grow, if you don't like the super chat format, if you prefer Cash App, the Cash App thing is $ Lawrence Tears. I'm out of here. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. I've been joined by Sin Mears. Thank y'all for coming through. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace. Peace.